you breathe purple and gold? Are you ready to hoist the colors? Now, time for the most in-depth look at the world of ECU athletics. Welcome in to Hoist the Colors with your host, Stephen Igo on 94.3 The Game. Watch the show live on Facebook and at 943thegame.com. Now, here's your host, Stephen Igo.
Happy Football Friday. It is a Football Friday, Joey Football Friday edition of Hoist the Colors. Hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. As we are here, a day away from ECU's season finale. At least as you're listening to us. In reality, it's Wednesday as we record this. But
time travel.
It is Football Friday. Joey, how's it going, man?
Going good. I mean, it's a great day to be a duck out there. A lot of rain. Was not envisioning the amount of precipitation that would have fallen last night. So a couple puddles might have caused a little bit of a time delay for us to be here. But we're sitting here. We made it.
You made it here. The freshly promoted Joe Sampson. He is he's on the rise, guys. On the rise in the business. And he made it in time. If you would have made it in time, then
I was on the
you would have got demoted.
Demoted immediately. But we're no longer on the you're fired Tuesday, you're back Thursday. So there's some stability here, guys.
Hey, you know, when you work with Coach Logan, that's how it is. So I have felt your pain, all the gassers. Dude, I've been stripped off scholarship and put back on scholarship so many times. I don't know what check I'm supposed to write for tuition. I'm all confused. The government's confused because ECU's a state university, and I don't even know if Coach knows if I'm on scholarship anymore.
Yeah, so, I couldn't relate to that. I never had one, but we're moving on from that.
So none of us ever had a scholarship?
No.
You did have a locker, though?
I did have a locker.
Okay.
Had a locker and didn't have to run sprints in the parking lot. So
there you go. The athlete himself, Joe Sampson.
That's a strong word.
Freshly promoted Joe Sampson. Philip, how you doing on this Friday?
I'm great. I'm excited. We got NFL football on a Friday afternoon. I'm pumped.
Yeah, the New York Jets.
3 hours away from the Jets, Jets, baby. How are you, Igo?
I'm
pretty good. Turkey yesterday?
I got some good turkey, and we're one day closer to the Denver Broncos about to win their 5th straight game. So I feel great. They are in the hunt. The Jets are in the hunt. You know who's not in the hunt? The Carolina Panthers. The saddest team in the land.
Do you just wake up in the morning and cry because you took Bryce Young?
No. I wake up in the morning and cuss David Tepper. And talk about how we have the worst record in the league since 2019. He took over as owner going into 2018. And I tell myself we are the next Washington Redskins who will stink for the next 40 years.
Commanders.
Yeah. Well, when they stunk, they were now they're the Commanders. They've got new owners, so maybe they've got hope. But
the football team. You're going to be the Carolina football team shortly.
I just I don't know if my dad or my mom will see a Super Bowl in their lifetime for the Panthers. Really don't think it's going to happen. That's what I tell myself every day.
This is too depressing. Let's move on to a more exciting topic, ECU football.
That was a bad segue.
I tell you what,
rough.
We are a few days away or behind ahead. Wait, what am I trying to say?
Time travel.
Hold on.
We're now.
A few days ago, guys, there was a crazy shot inside Minji's Coliseum. So let's talk about that instead of ECU football. Bobby Pettiford Jr. Joe, you were on Media Row with myself.
I'm now told I can never not go to a basketball game, by the way, because I'm the good luck charm. Schwartz opened the presser with that one, Philip. That was fun.
Okay, perfect. We'll make Dom produce every game.
What was your vantage point of the shot and our reaction? I think everybody stood up except for Patrick Mason from the reflector.
Patrick was stuck. Your intern was like, yes, he was just frozen in time. I throw my hands up you know the clip, Philip, when Joe Rogan sees the knockout and he's holding Dana White like that from the UFC fight?
Yeah.
That was me and Igo. I'm grabbing Igo with my arms in the air. I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, good thing this is not a working press facility like baseball is. I would have been immediately kicked out of the box, or the crow's nest as we call it, because if there was a single Kennesaw State staff member or press member there was no.
The only Kennesaw State person in the whole facility that was not a team representative, directly on the team, was the Banana Kid.
Yeah. The
Which
banana
that
kid.
guy was into it.
Yeah, Coach Schwartz even thanked him after the game for being there. He's like, he got on the radio and he's like, yeah, it's great to see the students who stayed. There's a guy over there dressed like a banana, or a Kennesaw State fan over there dressed like a banana. But I thanked him for being here too. I'm just glad people showed up.
Yeah, 3,300
That's
attendance, but it didn't feel like it was only 3,000 people.
All it
it got
takes
loud.
is a little bit of a run inside Minji's. It gets so
Yeah,
loud.
it got loud.
And just so, I said it on Wednesday's show, Joe, we get caught up in all the NIL and all the stuff, that's wrong with college sports. But being in an environment like that, experiencing an ending like that, that just takes us back to, like, why we love the games and why we, just why we love sports, why we got into this profession.
I mean, profession's a strong word.
You're a professional now. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that's the moment you've been dreaming of. How many times were you a kid in the driveway? 3 seconds left, 3, 2. You missed the first one. You go back. You put 3 more
Right,
seconds
keep
out
doing
on the
it.
clock. So that's what it was. I mean, Bobby came down. He made a great shot. You could see he didn't. I thought he rushed it. So when he let it go, I was
He
like,
did
he's
shoot
got.
a little early.
I was like, you've got time. And then all of a sudden, I was like, and he cashed it. And I was like, oh my god. Obviously, our reaction has been well noted. I'm waiting for the IGO recreation on the HTC Twitter page. But
I need to get more Minji's Coliseum access. So we went down there, couldn't find a ball. We were going to recreate it. So I just took the photo instead.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's what you dream of. And he was built for the moment. It's not the first time he's hit an overtime winner like that. They did hit one last year in the Bahamas when he was on Kansas. So he has experience in the big moment like that. That was an overtime game winner, but he's a national champion. He's been there before. He understands. And Schwartz talked about his role, and this is really his start to being that guy. And I think he kind of settled some debates on if he could do it.
Pirate basketball will return to action Saturday at George Mason. That'll be their first road test. And they will be tipping off at the same time as East Carolina and Tulsa kick things off, 2 o'clock inside Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. It is senior day. We discussed that a little bit earlier in the week. Tulsa comes in 3-8, 1-6. They have lost 6 games in a row. I think they have been more competitive, though. Here, let me pull their schedule.
24-22 to Tulane.
Yep, 35-28 North Texas,
North
33-26 Charlotte. So 3 consecutive one-score games. ECU is favored. We'll make those picks shortly by 3 points. The total is at 44.5, Joe. So they're expecting points. Do you feel like there's any way ECU can score that many?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I think, especially with Kirkpatrick in that turmoil kind of handled, no matter how you look at it, it is a little bit of a relief. It is one of those things like what next week looks like. So I think he just kind of puts it all out there, and we ribbed on him a couple times. We're like, you really got to let it go and see what you got. But I think he pulls something out, maybe running back pass or something like that, maybe a pop pass, something like that to kind of give you a spark and take advantage of it. Because at the end of the day, it's your last game of the season. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to gain by not running it.
Do you think we see Raheem Jeter Saturday for even a series or a play?
Yeah.
You think so?
I truly do. I think this is the opportunity to do it. I don't know if it's a split formation. I don't know if it's wildcat, but you kind of put him in the back and then put it back with him, but another quarterback. So you have that possibility to kind of mix things up. Could see all 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
at
I was
one
about
point.
to say, do we see Mason Garcia Saturday?
I think you have to. I think at that point, like there's no reason not to exhaust everybody's opportunity.
Yeah,
especially
this
because
is the game.
Jeter hasn't played 4 games. There's no, we need to save his red shirt. A ton of people are going to get reps. You want fresh guys. You'll put usually a bunch of people on a kickoff team or like a kick return team, something like that, just to kind of get some youth and get some sparks so you know what you have going into spring.
So it'll be a game. Both teams trying to close the season with some momentum. One note coming out from the transfer portal, Tegan Wilk announced he's entering the portal. He is in the portal as a grad transfer. Not surprised. I know you're pretty close with Tegan.
Yeah.
Haven't been a teammate. Played 4 years here, got his degree, got injured, and I'm not saying he would or would not have gone through the portal if he was healthy, but the defense played pretty well without him. I think he thinks he could also maybe play, somewhere else, potentially make some NIL money. We'll see. It's one of those situations. He's got some good tape. There's also some things. I think if he goes to the right defensive system, he can really succeed.
He's a northern kid, too, so you might want to go back to home for a couple of years. You've been away from your family for 4 years. I mean, 4 or 5.
4 years, yeah.
Yeah, he came in 2020.
His sister, I think, went here, and she's
Yeah.
older, but she's, I believe, since
But she's
graduated.
graduated.
So, yeah.
So, like, it could just be one of those things wants to go back closer to home. Different opportunity also. I mean, we do so much pressure-wise that he didn't play a ton of coverage, so maybe he wants a chance to kind of show that and build that to try and go to the next level. Who knows?
Hey, you look at the safety position moving forward. You do lose Julius Wood, who will be sorely missed. You are projected to return a lot of guys, though. Jordan Huff has played a lot this year. Devin King, Dontavius Nash, we've seen him emerge. Omar Rogers has another year of eligibility remaining. So you got two young guys, Javian Clark, Kamari McKinley, who redshirted this year. I've heard very good things about Javian. They call him Pinball.
Yeah.
So I think that room is okay, and I know I'm going to miss Julius Wood because I love that dude.
What a great person.
I think that position will be all right.
Yeah, they have plenty of depth, and there's going to be somebody who, as we sit here right now in November, is not going to be on the depth chart, is not going to be in the talks of being the starter, and they're going to have a great spring, they're going to have a great summer, and all of a sudden we're going to sit here first game and be talking about him starting in the back end.
Still
That's
waiting
just how
for
it goes.
Ty Moss
Yeah,
to get his scholarship.
Could be, yeah.
Could be coming.
Could be.
You never know. All right, so we'll continue to follow guys entering the portal. The portal officially opens December 4th. I always get this question. How can guys enter the portal? If you have a degree, you can basically enter whenever.
Yeah,
So-
enter whenever, and then right now you can declare your
But then
name
enter.
into it, but you're not officially into the transfer portal. But you can announce that you're going to enter the transfer portal.
Like Michael Allen from NC State, who
Yes.
is an undergrad, but will be entering the portal on December 4th
Same as their quarterback.
via NC State. MJ Morris.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe they pay him his money and keep him out.
I
Probably
doubt
not,
that
though.
highly.
Yeah, probably not.
Normally, the coaches aren't too keen on you coming back when you try to
I
stunt.
agree. Crazier things have happened, but not likely.
No.
So we'll make some picks here shortly. I was going to ask you something else about this game, and now I forgot. So I'm going to transition, and I'm going to act like I know what I'm talking about as we move on to the next point. Joe,
Yeah.
when you look at, we're going to talk about the college slate as we pick games here in a little bit, but rivalry week, I guess is what you call this. And nothing says rivalry week like Tulsa ECU because of what happened in 2020.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm still mad about 2020, so I wish I had the chance to go back.
Does
at 'em.
anybody have on this team have your same passion?
Jeremy Lewis.
For the Tulsa screw job? Jeremy Lewis?
Jeremy Lewis does. Hampton Ergel would be another one, was on that. Trying to think who was there. Rajay was there.
Did Flynn travel for that game?
Flynn traveled for that game, yeah.
So this is the
Flynn.
Alex Flynn revenge game. It should be. I guess Mason would have
It
traveled
could-
too because that was 2020. He was playing.
Yes. Yeah, because that was when Holton came back after the Navy game. Yeah.
So this is the revenge
It's
game.
a revenge game for sure. It's the Ryan Switzer revenge game.
It is.
From the last time he was in here and he got his butt kicked as a Tar Heel. Now he's the receiver coach at Tulsa.
Wow, didn't even think about that.
Yeah. A lot of revenge games going on.
Revenge game Saturday and rivalry week. This was always one of those games or these weeks for me, Joe, growing up. Like you look forward to this. Florida State, Florida.
I don't have enough TVs to watch every rivalry game.
Yeah, like
that's,
all these-
that's what this week is.
And even games like Arizona, Arizona State, even games like Oregon State. Like I'm not,
always great matchup.
you know, I'm not ruling out an Oregon State road win. I'm not ruling out Washington State. Shocking Washington.
Well, this is
the week it happens.
Yeah, this is the week it happens. This is when the Apple Cup becomes what it is. I mean, Minshew upset Washington that year. He was there, and nobody was kind of counting him and Mike Leach even into it. And they came in and they beat a really good Washington team that year. I want to say, Philip, the year that Washington went to the CFP, did they not lose the Apple Cup?
It's a good question. When Chris Peterson was there, I'll
Yeah.
look that up.
They either they lost that or they lost early, but it was a very close game in the Apple Cup. I can't remember if they came away with it, but that's especially now this being the last time we'll get our great Pac-12 rivalries.
So this is the type of week that reminds me of the 2007 Backyard Brawl because this was the exact week. How old were you in 2007, Joe?
6.
You were 6. I was 15. West Virginia was undefeated, had a free path to the national championship game. All they had to do was beat a 3-7 Pittsburgh team at home. They were 28.5-point favorites.
Spoiler alert to the people who don't know this story. They did not cover.
They lost 13-9. Dave Wanstead upsets Rich Rodriguez. as 28.5-point underdogs and ended up ruining West Virginia's national championship bid. And just one of the more shocking results we had seen, and one of the biggest upsets. It was voted the game of the year by ESPNU. I don't know what that means, but that's what happened as Pittsburgh won the game, and West Virginia fell in just shocking fashion. It really hasn't been the same since they lost that game. And they had lost, by the way, or they ended up losing to ECU a year later as well.
Booyah.
So that's just the type of stuff you see. Rivalry games, crazy things can happen, Joe, is my point. Sorry, I went on like a bit of a weird,
completely acceptable,
weird story there. So
completely acceptable.
It just reminds me of that. All right, let's get a break. We'll come back. We'll make our college picks. We'll tell you how we're doing on our picks. Is Phillip still kicking our tail? Is Joe making a late season run? We're getting pretty deep into the year. At this point, there's a pretty clear favorite to walk home with the title of best game picker. We'll let you know who that is on the other side. This is Hoist the Colors on a Football Friday.
It's time to give thanks, and Greenville Toyota is making it happen with no payments for 3 months. Yes, we're thanking our customers with no payments till next year. That means extra money in your pocket, just in time for holiday shopping. Rush to Greenville Toyota.
Other restaurants claim their food is fresh and fast, but are they friendly? At Moore's, you're treated like family the minute you walk into their doors. With locations in Winterville, New Bern, Swansboro, Morehead City, and Jacksonville. We've been practicing what we preach since 1945. At Moore's, our barbecue is slow cooked and smoked over real wood daily until it's so tender it's falling off the bone. Combined with our fresh chicken, cooked to order seafood, and homemade fixins, we're sure you'll agree. If it's not Moore's, it's less.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes, just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
At GoEco, we don't just supply the office space. We create solutions for any environment. Our state-of-the-art commercial-grade video display is perfect for watching film with the team. From film study to the field, elevate your game with GoEco.
Storm season is approaching. North Carolina weather can damage your roof, and before long, a small leak can turn into a big problem. Your home is one of your biggest investments, so protect it with Wells Home Improvements.
We work with all insurance companies for a hassle-free roof installation experience. Call us today and get 10% off your roof installation when you mention this commercial.
252-227-8403 or visit us online at wellshomeimprovements.com. Wells Home Improvements. Local, honest, dependable.
Hurry into Greenville Toyota. We're giving thanks and making the season bright with low payments on new Camrys and RAV4s, only $289 a month. Need credit? Get pre-qualified now with no effect on your credit score. Rush to Greenville Toyota.
What's happening?
Tell me what's happening. Every ECU fan's one stop for all things ECU athletics. This is Hoist the Colors with Stephen Igo on 94.3 The Game.
Welcome back in. We're trying to figure out where Tim Boyle played in college.
It's Eastern Kentucky. Or Western Kentucky. He was a hilltopper.
Wait, was he before or after Bailey Zappi?
I thought he played at UConn.
Way before. He might have played at both. He was definitely at Western Kentucky.
Are you as sure as this about your double bye week in the NFL?
Yeah, more sure.
Speaking of time travel, like we're doing for the show,
Time travel.
He had just traveled from 1993 or whatever it was, the only year there were 2 bye weeks in the NFL.
Yeah.
Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle. How old do y'all think Tim Boyle is?
34.
28.
Wow, it turns out you were right and wrong. Tim Boyle played. First of all, Tim Boyle's 29.
29. Okay.
Tim Boyle played at UConn.
Hmm?
Applause to me. And Tim Boyle played at Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah, I had it right. And then I flipped
You had it right, and then you flipped it.
Yeah. Eastern Kentucky.
Eastern Kentucky is the more impressive pool.
Yes.
So he did play at UConn because I remember him playing against ECU. And that was when ECU actually won some football games.
Is that random Sunday game in UConn?
This was 2013 to 15, so this was actually the rough era. And by rough era, I mean the
Nike era.
RUFF era, not the RO.
ECU Nike era is what I prefer to call it.
The Nike era. Those black unis are my favorite.
Bring 'em back.
All right. Let's get into our game picks. I was about to transition to UTSA Tulane without segueing there. We do our game picks every week. Let's update the standings, guys. Last week, we were all extremely average. Philip and I believe, went 500. Is that correct, Philip?
Yep.
We went 500. What we've been doing is picking college and NFL games, a handful each week. Joe is also very mid. He finished one game under 500, or actually 4-6, right?
I either go almost undefeated or I go under 500.
I go.
Exactly.
On the year, Joe is 55, 60, and 6, which may not sound the best, but considering where you were like 3 weeks ago, you have made
I made quite a run.
Igo is 58, 57, and 6, so I'm just clinging to 500-ish. And Philip Pilkington is 66, 49, and 6. Just kicking our tail. He has not had a week worse than 4 and 5 on the season. That's the difference, guys. He is consistently average, and then he puts it together with some good weeks.
He also just picks against us at some point.
That is
so
true.
We're on an absolute tangent, and then he's like, whoa. Let's not get crazy. Nobody's upsetting this team.
Do you guys just want to skip the game tomorrow and go to Atlantic City?
Let's do it.
Down.
Let's go.
If there's a week to skip
MGM
an ECU
and
game,
DC?
this might be it.
That's true.
Give Old Nailers a call.
Let's make our game picks before we go to Atlantic City. UTSA is at Tulane. This is for for a bid to the conference championship. UTSA on the road. They are 3.5-point dogs. Tulane has been skimping by the skin of their teeth. They've been winning a lot of close games. I don't know what's going on with me today. It's probably because we're time traveling.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
But it's not. But it is. But it's not.
Tulane.
Your trip with the DeLorean just kind of messed you up.
Yeah.
The flux capacitor's all out.
Flux capacitor's all out. I left Biff's sports book back in the past. I should have brought
Biff
it with me.
Pokey sports book.
Biff Pokey. I'm going UTSA here, guys. I think they're the better team. I think Frank Harris is healthy now. He's been balling. Tulane, this does feel – the thing that worries me, guys, is I feel like they are due for a complete performance. But I'm just going UTSA here. I'm not going to overthink it. I think they're the better team. Joe.
We agree on the same thing, which is a dangerous thing. UTSA has been the far better team if you look at their numbers, if you look at the metric, if you look at how they've scored against good defenses. And Tulane has been one of those teams that just kind of fails to put the game away. And we saw it, and they almost lost to Tulsa last week, and Tulsa is by no means the same team UTSA is, which is why future Texas A&M head coach Jeff Traylor, no matter what he tries to tell the media that we need to look at other people and that he wishes they talk about other people, future Texas A&M head coach, I'm calling it, him and Frank Harris go into NOLA and they kick Michael Pratt in the teeth and they advance to the American Conference Championship.
Bill.
You guys are both crazy because as ugly as Tulane wins, they win. They win the ugliest way possible. They kick a game-winning field goal as time expires. UTSA covers, so for the sake of this, I'm picking UTSA with the 3.5-point spread, but the Green Wave win the game.
Okay.
Roll Wave. They will win. They will cover because we all picked UTSA.
Yep. Building the can't-lose parlay now.
Oregon State will try to ruin Oregon's possible college football playoff bid. They are on the outside looking in now, but with some magic can get there. Oregon, though, is a 13.5-point favorite at home, and this is one of those. I don't know, guys.
I really want to do something dumb.
They're begging you to take Oregon here, 13.5. Like they're like, it's just there. Oregon's going to win by two touchdowns. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start with Philip. And Philip is going to make the first pick because I don't know what I'm doing. Philip.
Oregon State should have won last week. They're going to be a little ticked off. Civil War is always a good game. Give me the Beavers to cover, but you know how Joe said today's a good day to be a Duck. I think tomorrow's a good day to be a Duck. I do think the Ducks win by a touchdown.
What do you think, Joe?
We're going to do the same thing here because if there's one thing Oregon State does, it's play close games when it comes to the Civil War. And their last opportunity to play the Big 12 or the Pac-12 before our good friends of Oregon go to the Big 10 is going to be the last of the Pac-12 bloodbaths, which is why I think Oregon State covers. I do think the Ducks win by maybe 5 or 6. I don't even think it's a full score. I think it's a couple field goals here or there that kind of put things away. Give me the Beavs. Somebody hand me a chainsaw.
I'm going Beavers too. I think Oregon State might win this game outright. That's a gut feeling I have.
Great. So Tulane, Oregon.
Yep.
Okay.
Not liking how this is trending.
Oh, boy.
Ohio State, Michigan. Michigan, the 3-point favorite. They are the victim. Forget the fact that they cheated. They got caught.
Free
These
Harbaugh.
guys are just being...
He clearly didn't do it.
They're getting screwed. I mean, I can't believe that they're getting punished for cheating. So
how much time we have?
Plenty.
15-page manifesto from the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and you want to sit here and say your coach, free him. He didn't do it? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that he got caught. Anyway.
I love that Philip was like, not enough.
Yeah. I had to.
So Michigan, Harbaugh suspended for this game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But not next week.
Okay. Whatever. He ain't coaching this game.
We're gonna get another stupid Sharon Moore crying interview after this game.
They counted us out.
Michigan
number 2 team in the
is
nation.
gonna win. I mean, I give them credit, guys. They're playing this stupid victim card and they're buying into it. And so I'm going Wolverines. Joe.
If there's one thing I hate, it's an AstroTurf movement, which is when you fake that you're a grassroots movement and try and build something up. You're the number 2 team or number 3 team in the nation. Act like it. You're not the victim. You got caught. So take your little red hands, go on up to Ann Arbor, and get kicked by the Buckeyes. OHIO. I don't think it's close. I think Ryan Day exposes this Michigan defense for what it is, which is a bunch of pretenders. Blake Corum has under 150 rushing yards, and the Buckeyes walk out with another pair of gold pants. Philip.
No way in hell will Michigan ever beat Ohio State 3 years in a row. Buckeyes.
Somebody hand me that Brutus head.
Tulsa at ECU, the game of the week in college football. The Pirates are a 3-point favorite. Total's at 44.5. I think ECU wins big.
Yeah.
Pirates. Joe.
Pirates. I think if there's any time to unload the entirety of the playbook, it's this weekend. Seriously speaking, Coach Kirkpatrick is also auditioning. If he wants to take another job, this is where you show that you can still handle these situations and still do your job in these unfortunate times. I think the Pirates come out big. I think they win big, and I think they stay up for a while. Felipe.
This is Donnie Kirkpatrick's 16th year with the Pirate program. 11 the first time, 5 now, and unfortunately it's going to be his last game. And he goes out on the highest of highs. The Pirate offense against an FBS team this year has yet to score more than 27 points. The team scored 28 against App. Those 2 defensive scores. The Pirates score at least 30. Anson Belton-Buckle, lock of the week, season high against an FBS opponent. Pirates win big.
That doesn't make me feel good.
So you just locked the ECU scoring 30.
That doesn't make me feel good about things.
Wow.
We're scoring at least 30.
And is this
35-10?
Your statistics are actually making me doubt my own pick.
To clarify, does this count? So, like, the offense has to be responsible for
30 points.
Yeah, so the offense. No defensive scores. No. Are we counting field goals? I just want to make sure we get the parameters right.
We'll count field goals, but yeah.
Field goals and offensive touchdowns. But no scoop and scores. Kick returns?
No, that's DST in fantasy.
I'm just confirming. I'm making sure that when we come back here next week,
and
we
ECU score. It won't matter because the offense is going to score like 42. Blake Harrell's defense will have 2 defensive touchdowns. We'll get our first kick return for a touchdown or punt return for a touchdown. God knows how long it'll score, like 63 points.
Since 2004.
Thank you. That's why he's here.
I almost did an Anson Belt and Buckle Lock of the Week, but I didn't do it. I was going to call Julius Wood pick, but picks are such a crapshoot.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stay away. I'll save it. All right, Florida State, 6.5-point favorite at Florida. Can the Gators upset the Noles? Travis is hurt, correct?
Yeah, he's done.
He's done.
I unfortunately saw his injury live. He is done.
And so did their backup? I didn't pay any attention to what he did.
He was okay. It was, and Philip can correct me if I'm wrong here. It looked more like 18 didn't lose the game, and the rest of them woke up as far as the running game, and the receivers made a little bit more contested catches. Coleman got a lot more separation against North Arizona or North Alabama, whoever they played.
North
Alabama. And it was a UNA. And then they started to look more like themselves, but it didn't really feel like they were in control until probably mid-third, late third, early fourth.
Florida has lost 4 games in a row. And yet,
Sunbelt Billy.
I'm going to take the Gators to cover this game and possibly win it, but obviously cover because that's what we're picking against the spread. I'm going Florida. Joe.
What's the line again?
6.5 Florida State.
6.5. I'm going to do something dumb here. I believe in the Seminoles. I don't know why I believe in the Seminoles. I do think actually it's a bounce-back week, and that's very odd to say for a team that's now not ranked in the top 4. But this is your chance to show the committee that you deserve a chance. Even if you win the ACC championship, they aren't guaranteed to get into the playoff. This is the week you establish it. You go beat not a great team, but still an SEC team that is at least historically a good program, and I think this is when you do it. Give me the Seminoles.
Oh.
That was terrible.
Oh. Yeah, it was bad.
That was that. I mean, you should be declined from picking Florida State after that. He should have to
be forced
Florida.
to take Florida.
This mic's kind of bad, though. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's the mic.
I think you need to rehearse the.
There you go.
There it is.
Well, I'm picking them. You're not.
No Gators.
There we go.
All right. UNC 2.5.
Why didn't you make us pick this next game? I'm so mad.
Yeah, I had to, man. I had to. UNC 2.5 at NC State. Philip, start us off.
Oh.
Philip wants both of them to lose.
This game is hard to
I
take,
think they
man.
both lose. They both can't win big games. I don't know.
They ranked NC State yesterday. I don't know what, or not yesterday, Monday, excuse me. I don't know what we are doing.
NC State's a good team.
You know what? I'm going to say this. It's
Get
going to be
out.
Luke. It's going to be Luke May's last college game. He goes off.
Luke May's
last college game was a
I
couple
don't
years
even know
ago.
what the hell his name is. That guy. It's going to be May's last college game. He's not going to play in the bowl game, I guess. This is my prediction. And they 45-38. No, how can I even say that? No way State's offense puts up 38. I don't know. Tar Heels score a lot, though. I'm going Carolina.
Joe.
Armstrong sucks. Dave Doran sucks. Carolina sucks less. Give me the Tar Heels.
Dave Doran, if there's one thing he's good at,
is losing this game.
It's beating NC State. Or
no, it's winning.
Beating NC State. Beating North Carolina.
He's been beating NC State the whole year.
He can beat NC State quite a bit, especially when it comes to preventing them from getting 10
Who knows?
wins.
Maybe this is his last game as the Wolfpack. Maybe he's headed off to Starksville. We'll find out here shortly. I hate Dave Doran.
State has won the last 2. Double OT last year. 34-30 before that. 5 of the last 7 have gone to the Wolfpack. It's about
Carter
to be
Finley.
6 of 8. Give me the fighting Dave Dorans. He has proven me wrong all year, so I'm going to jump on board with the pack. And I can't say anything else.
Speaking of terrible picks, Philip, you ready?
Yeah.
For my Anson Belt and Buckle lock of the week, Wazoo plus 16.5 in the Apple Cup. Because if there's one thing that the Cougars can do, it's roar.
With BYU, they've lost 2 straight. Come on, man. Danny Ainge is not playing. Christian Coaches is not playing. Stan Watts is not playing. True. Good point. I'm going with Washington State. Okay. Cougars. Cougars. I love Cougars.
Although it was a BYU clip, give me Wazoo.
All right. There's our college picks. Not feeling too good, but it's fun to do, guys. I enjoy this segment every week.
I'm getting demoted.
We're all getting demoted after this show.
I'm getting demoted.
Hey, we're putting in the work, though.
This is true.
Because it's a football Friday. We're not even in the studio, and we're still killing the show. That's how we do it. All right, let's go. Take a break. We'll come back. We'll make NFL picks. Can the Broncos keep it rolling? Can the Jets stay in the hunt as they play on this Black Friday? Can the Panthers win their second game of the year? We'll tell you when we make our picks on the other side. This is Hoist the Colors on a Football Friday.
Air Service is back at Pitt Greenville Airport, offering safe, clean facilities and flights from American Airlines. That means the short commute, quicker lines, and better prices that get you where you're going fast and easy. See it for yourself. There's great things inside at Pitt Greenville Airport.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Living easy is the sound of children laughing as you make memories with neighbors and friends. It's the sound of nothing at all. It's the smell of the salt air. Hear the waters against the marsh grass. See the beauty of our coast. Bow Coast, located in Beaufort, North Carolina. Southern Living's best small town.
Air Service is back at Pitt Greenville Airport, offering safe, clean facilities and flights from American Airlines. That means the short commute, quicker lines, and better prices that get you where you're going fast and easy. See it for yourself. There's great things inside at Pitt Greenville Airport.
Hey, grab me one too.
R&D Brewing is proud to partner with the ECU Pirates, and now you can enjoy Pirates Brew, the official craft beer of ECU Athletics. Pirates Brew is a carefully curated light beer that embodies the spirit of ECU, a refreshing and easy drinking light beer. Pirates Brew by R&D Brewing is available now at grocery stores, local retailers, and at ECU athletic events.
Head over to your favorite store and enjoy a nice Pirates Brew today, or else you'll walk the plank. Hand me another Pirates Brew. Arr.
Everything you need to know in the world of ECU athletics. This is Hoist the Colors with Stephen Igo on 94.3 The Game.
Welcome back in, Hoist the Colors Football Friday edition. We just made our college picks. Enjoy doing that. Now we're going to transition to NFL. And we're going to do that with a look at the playoff picture, guys, because we're getting to that time of the year where everyone is in the hunt, it seems, except for the Panthers. And the AFC is just absolute chaos. The Ravens right now are the number one seed, 8-3. Chiefs fall to the 2 spot with their loss to the Eagles. They're 7-3. Jaguars in the 3 spot, 7-3. Dolphins 7-3. The Browns are somehow 7-3 in the first wild card spot, despite not having Deshaun Watson the rest of the year. The Texans are 7-3 in the 6th spot. The Steelers, the crappy Steelers, are in. The Texans are 6-4. The Steelers are 6-4 in the 7th spot, despite being outgained every single game this year. Then you got the Bills, Colts, Broncos, Bengals, Raiders, all jumbled up at either 6-5 or 5-6, followed by the Chargers, Jets, and then the Titans and Pats are pretty much out of it. So the AFC is just
crapshoot.
It's just, the interesting thing is basically week to week.
Yeah.
At this point, it's going to be a lot of fun to follow.
I can't wait.
NFC, not as exciting, really.
Yeah,
it's basically almost
wrapped up essentially.
Vikings are 6-5 in the 7th spot. Seahawks are 6-4.
Yeah.
In the 6th spot, but then the 8th seed right now is the Packers at 4-6. The Rams are 4-6. Nobody else is over 500.
No, yeah, it's the battle of the NFC East,
and
who
whether or not
NFC
the
East, yeah.
NFC South whoever's in second right now, I guess, could jump up and take the 4.
Yeah,
a lot easier than they could take the 7.
Mm-hmm. It's whoever wins the NFC East is the bye. The other one will get the first wild card, and then the NFC North.
It's not necessarily true. I could see the 49ers with a better record than the Eagles. Possibly.
Well, I was more saying whoever has home field between the two NFC East teams.
yeah.
It's either the Cowboys or it's the Eagles. It's which one's getting home field.
Yeah.
There are still a lot of games left.
Yeah, a lot of game left.
I mean, there's still 7 games left.
But
you're also getting down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, but a lot of these teams they're getting ready to face on the NFC side are terrible.
That is true. NFC is a joke, primarily thanks to the Panthers. All right, let's get into. Sorry, Philip.
Yikes! That's a stray bullet.
I wish Patrick Mason was here so we could at least say the Panthers and the Bears.
And the Bears. Well,
the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears have 3 wins.
Correct or false on Thursday Night Football a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the Bears have only won games on Thursdays. I mean, they have 1 win on Sunday.
The Dolphins
That's
are
good
at
for 'em.
the Jets tonight. In
Currently?
New York.
3 o'clock. No, 3
Yeah.
o'clock this afternoon.
Oh, excuse me.
Kicking off shortly.
Yeah. Network coverage, I think,
Network
starts at like
coverage.
1:30
Why are they playing
on
in the
Prime.
afternoon?
I don't know.
It's Black Friday. I don't know. People
So
aren't
that
working
men
on
can
it.
watch football while their wives are out shopping.
Yeah,
It is true.
lessens the blow.
Dolphins, Jets. Dolphins, guys, are a 10-point favorite on the road despite not being a great road team. But a large reason is because Tim Boyle is playing quarterback
Fighting
for the
Tim
Jets.
Boyle.
We clarified earlier he did attend UConn. He also attended Eastern Kentucky, and he's 29 years old. So he is in the prime of his career.
Yeah, and Randall Cobb is 32. I mean, doesn't mean he's not ancient.
So you start us off here, Joe. Let us know how is this game going to play out. Will the Jets cover?
Good people of the surrounding Washington, Greenville, and New Bern area, and the tri-state area known as New York, Buffalo, and all of Syracuse. The New York Jets have been here before. First off, last time the New York Jets were 4-6 sitting at this break, they went on to go to the AFC Championship in 2009. I want that to be known as the first thing. Second thing, this is not the first time a backup has worn all black and faced a team with orange in it. Because I'll remind you of the Mike White legacy game, 34-31 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Mike White goes 37 for 45 with 405 yards and 3 touchdowns. Tim Boyle follows up the same thing. Because if there's one thing the Dolphins can't do, it's play defense this year. Yeah, I understand people want to go back and look at their games against really bad teams. But do you know what happens when they play really good teams, Igo? They lose often. They didn't play the Chiefs close. The Jets did. They barely scrubbed out a win against the Raiders, which if the Jets don't play defense with themselves and Tyler Conklin plays corner instead of receiver, Garrett Wilson makes a catch, they win that game also. And we sit here with 6 wins at the break. And then as you see, as I'm wearing, quiet, Rodgers is manifesting. He's coming. Don't you worry. He's coming back shortly. It's going to be a Christmas miracle. The Jets are going to find a way to stay in the hunt. He comes back. They win the AFC East. Mike White is the savior, but Tim Boyle is the redeemer. Give me the Jets.
I don't know how to follow that.
Yeah, we should have let him go last.
You're right. We should have because I'm just speechless. That is very similar to the experience I had when Bobby Pettiford sank that half-court shot.
Top 3 moments in ECU sports history: that rant, Dafford Dagger, Bobby Pettiford.
I don't know if the Jets can score a point. But I also don't see.
What? We've got Greg the leg. Even if you want to say we couldn't score a touchdown, that's fine. But we'll get 12 points of field goals.
Tim Boyle, I see this game being much like last week's Raiders game for the Dolphins. They're probably going to win 17-10 or something like that. It's just a matter of can the Jets put up enough points to cover the 10? Because the Dolphins seem to be doing what the Dolphins do when the season goes. The weather gets cooler.
Yeah, this is the same coach, by the way, last year who started out 8-0 and finished 8-8.
Did that really happen last year?
No, they didn't start out 8.
No, what were they, 6-2, and then they finished 8-8?
Yeah,
6-2, finished 8-8.
Crash. I'm going Crash, but they still win, so I'm going Jets to cover the 10.
8-9, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Let me
Oh,
double
yeah,
check.
yeah. They got
17
stupid
games.
17.
No, they had 2 bye weeks, so 8.
Yeah, don't bye weeks. You're right. Thanks, I got it.
Look, Mike McDaniel's got a really creative offense. It's fun to watch. But when a defensive-minded coach, whether it be a DC or a head coach, figures it out, they struggle because they can't just beat teams playing fundamental football. I think they win the game, but it's close. I'm going to kind of, piggyback off what Igo said there. So I think they win, but I think the Jets cover.
I also want to point out that Saleh and McDaniels are long-time, buddies. They've been connected forever. So if there's anything that Mike McDaniels wants to throw at Saleh, he's seen it before.
Fair enough.
You're right.
Oh, maybe he dreams up something last night.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Jags at Texans. The Jaguars. This is a surprisingly big game in the AFC South. The Jaguars are a 2-point road favorite. The Texans have been a surprise all year. They struggled a little bit last week, but found a way to beat the Cardinals. They're now finding out it's not as easy when you're the hunted as opposed to the hunter. And I think we see the Texans come a little bit back to earth again this week. I think the Jaguars win on the road and take control of this division, Joe.
Death taxes the Jaguars imploding when it comes to the playoff picture. I think the Texans come out. I think D'Amico Ryan has done a great job building that team. Blake Cashman had 14 tackles solo last week alone. Their defense is playing well. They've got a very good defensive front who's getting to the quarterback. If there's one thing that Jacksonville hasn't been able to do this year, it's protect Trevor Lawrence. And I think he makes the same mistakes he's been making, throws a couple interceptions, and the Texans take over. Give me the future AFC South champion, Texans.
See, you just described the game that already played out in Duval County earlier this year. I don't think that happens again. Give me Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville comes ready to go after that one. They were surprised in the game one. All right, Panthers are at the Titans. The helpless Panthers. Titans are just a 3.5-point favorite.
I was hoping for more.
Titans must stink
because that would have made it a lot easier. This is now a difficult game to pick.
I went with the Panthers last week, and I quickly regretted it. I'm going Titans here, and I don't think the Titans are good, but I think they're more than 3.5 points better than the Panthers at home. Titans. Joe.
Is Levis starting is the question.
I think so.
I guess give me the Titans. I don't think that the Panthers have the offensive firepower. I think Reich taking back over play calling was a really bad sign for where the offense is headed. Miles Sanders looks like a shell of what he already was. Hubbard's barely giving you 78 yards maybe on the ground. Their offensive line still has a lot of holes. Thielen's doing his best, but he can't do anything without a true number one to help him out. Is Burns still out with a concussion?
No, he came back last week.
Yeah, still give me the Titans. I just think Vrabel's more experienced in handling bad teams against bad teams.
Yeah, I don't know what Will Levis we're going to get. I think that plays a big factor in this game because if the Panthers can run the ball the way they did for their one drive of the second half when it was still close last week, they stand a chance if the Titans' offense stinks. But it's hard to have faith in a team that's 1-9. And in Greek mythology, the Titans were even greater than the gods, and gods are greater than Panthers. So give me the Titans.
Browns at Broncos. Denver, 2.5-point favorite. Two of the hottest teams in the league going head-to-head once again. Broncos proved victorious last week. By the way, can we clarify? Last week, my lock of the week was Broncos over Vikings. Vikings covered the Broncos one outright, so what do we think here? Do I hit, or is it half credit?
No, you got it. You got a half credit because you said going into the previous week the Vikings were going to lose back-to-back games.
You did.
They didn't, but then when you said last week, you said they still lose the second leg of last week's Anson Belt and Buckle.
And Josh Dobbs got picked off in primetime.
Yeah.
He did.
So I guess he's like so many half points, he's a whole lock.
We'll give it to him.
If I keep making 20 locks in one.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? I'm going with, again, lock of the week, Anson Belt and Buckle. The Denver Broncos will win their 5th consecutive game, and they will cover the 2.5 because the Browns are due for a letdown. Denver is going to roll at home. Anson Belt and Buckle. Are you game day ready? Visit ansonbelts.com/ECU. Check out their great collection of holeless belts. Look at Joe's face. He is all about it right now, including their ECU officially licensed buckle. Anson Belt and Buckle, the official belt of ECU Athletics. They will no longer be sponsoring Teagan Wilt going forward. All right, Joe, what do you think?
Have you heard of Myles Garrett?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
He's single-handedly wrecking the entirety of the AFC.
Broncos are going to
Your
win
left tackle is
10-6.
Garrett Bowles. He himself came out and was like, we have to be better. Here's a thought, Garrett. Look in the mirror. You're the first person who needs to decide how you're going to play football.
He's been better since that.
Yeah, it's not hard to be better when you lose 72-21, I think it was.
Well, look, you're just mad.
You've only let
the
up
Jets
68.
Are now
No.
the Broncos in the playoffs.
We're not even near that yet. You've let up 68 points in your last 4 games. I get it. That's a great defensive turnaround. But your offense has looked lethargic up until the last 2 weeks. And especially when you put in a pass rusher as experienced as Myles Garrett, who is jumping over the long snapper to block field goals. I cannot pick against the Cleveland Browns. I don't even need to look at it that DTR is the starter. I don't even look at the fact that Nick Chubb's leg went the other way on Monday Night Football. There is no possible scenario in my brain where I could logically sit here and try and pick the Broncos, which is why give me the Brownies, give me Myles Garrett, and let the AFC North champions who are coming for the Ravens, take it away.
What you need to look at is the clock, because we need to get a break. But DTR has not shown me enough to prove that he can win games consistently. Give me Denver.
All right, rapid fire. Bills at Eagles. Bills are a 3.5-point dog. I think the real Buffalo Bills show up and they win in Philly, and I think they at least cover Buffalo. Joe.
Fly Eagles 5.
Bills bounce back. Eagles are riding too high from last week. Give me the Bills.
All right, we'll get our final break in. We'll come back. We'll talk about Denver Broncos and Jaquan McMillan. This is Hoist the Colors.
5th Street Hardware is the home of the $9 lunch special Tuesday through Fridays. $9 specials every day, including the famous Burger Day on Tuesdays, Flatbread Pizza Wednesday, the famous 5th Street Hardware Reuben on Thursday, and fried fish or shrimp on Friday. Plus trivia on Wednesday nights and live music every Thursday nights. And the Prime Rib Brunch Buffet has returned on Sundays. You heard that right. The Brunch Buffet with all the great items, including prime rib. 5th Street Hardware in downtown Greenville.
Tax credits are back. Get a 30% tax credit, up to $2,000 off your new Mitsubishi electric heat pump install. Let Comfort Master help you take advantage of the tax credits with a qualifying Mitsubishi electric ducted heat pump or non-ducted Mitsubishi electric mini splits. Mitsubishi electric mini splits are ideal for bonus rooms, garages, or sunrooms. If you need a new HVAC unit, call Comfort Master today.
Call Comfort Master. Call Comfort Master. You can't name a lot of things that I didn't do. Shredding paper like a book, not a Kindle. You outdated, I'm the one they getting into. And I break a sweat. Let's get it, 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 let's get it. Child, please, I don't need a towel, please.
Are you game day ready? Anson Belt, the official belt of ECU Athletics.
Are you ready for a digital hair color revolution? The Color Master Factory by Chi and LG. A masterpiece of innovation, unlimited color formulations, limitless possibilities, long-lasting color. Chi.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human, about creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
This is ECU head football coach Mike Houston, and you're listening to Hoist the Colors on 94.3 The Game.
Welcome back in. Hoist the Colors. Got a few minutes left as we wrap up the show. Just wanted to point out that the highest graded Denver Broncos player is Jaquan McMillan, as that is apparently how it's pronounced, according to the Denver Broncos PR staff. He's got a PFF grade of 87.9, which is in the elite category. Run defense grade of 92.0. They're graded on a scale of 0 to 100. Just for reference, 60 is replacement level. Pass coverage grade of 82.0. J-Mac is balling out, and he's the reason I'm so confident in my lock of the week, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, let the kids play. I mean, they cut Randy Gregory. They cut 2 other players who just weren't young guys.
Yeah.
They cut Frank Clark. And they really kind of dove into letting the youth play, and I think that's really been the lead for their resurgence, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to have this take, but I think Peyton knew that the older guys were part of the older culture, and I think he knew with the younger guys he could try and flip these things around. And first off, I don't know how J-Mac went undrafted. That's its own problem. It's a joke, but he's done what he had to do. He was on every special team last year, and then this year they signed him to the active, and here he is paying dividends.
Check out J-Mac this Sunday against Cleveland. Also, Keaton Mitchell and the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday Night Football. They will be at the Chargers. So another primetime game.
Can Brandon Staley lose his job yet?
I've been saying it for a long time.
He finally got into it with a reporter.
Did you see? He was like, it's not my job to answer those questions. It is precisely your job. You're the head football coach of the organization. You are the one that comes out to the media and says, here's the problem.
This has been Joe's Soapbox.
And I could go an hour on him.
Hoist the Colors. One day we will be doing a 2-hour show. Not sure when it's coming. Felt like one today, oddly enough. But we'll see you guys after the weekend. This has been Hoist the Colors. See you Monday.
This has been Hoist the Colors with your host, Stephen Igo.
Hi, I'm D.R. Alligood.
And I'm his daughter, Jessica.
For 11 years, we have built quality driveways and parking lots for both your residential and commercial needs. We also offer free on-site quotes to have your custom driveways built the way you want.
Call AA Hauling 252-946-1227 or AAHauling.com.
R&D Brewing is proud to partner with the ECU Pirates, and now you can enjoy Pirates Brew, the official craft beer of ECU Athletics. Pirates Brew is a carefully curated light beer that embodies the spirit of ECU, a refreshing and easy drinking light beer. Pirates Brew by R&D Brewing is available now at grocery stores, local retailers, and at ECU athletic events.
Head over to your favorite store and enjoy a nice Pirates Brew today, or else you'll walk the plank. Hand me another Pirates Brew.
Living easy is the sound of children laughing as you make memories with neighbors and friends. It's the sound of nothing at all. It's the smell of the salt air. Hear the waters against the marsh grass. See the beauty of our coast. Bow Coast, located in Beaufort, North Carolina. Southern Living's best small town.
Hey Pirate Nation, I'm head men's basketball coach Mike Schwartz.
And I'm Kim McNeil, head coach of your defending American Athletic Conference champion women's basketball team.
Basketball season is just around the corner, and we're looking forward to another exciting season on the hardwood.
We need Pirate Nation to Pat Minji's Coliseum by purchasing your season tickets today.
Call 1-800-DIAL-ECU or visit ECUPirates.com to get yours now.
Thanks, and go Pirates.
Hi, I'm D.R. Alligood.
And I'm his daughter, Jessica.
For 11 years, we have built quality driveways and parking lots for both your residential and commercial needs. We also offer free on-site quotes to have your custom driveways built the way you want.
Call AA Hauling 252-946-1227 or AAHauling.com.
Big tax credits are back. Get a 30% tax credit, up to $2,000 off your new Mitsubishi electric heat pump install. Let Comfort Master help you take advantage of the tax credits with a qualifying Mitsubishi electric ducted heat pump or non-ducted Mitsubishi electric mini splits. Mitsubishi electric mini splits are ideal for bonus rooms, garages, or sunrooms. If you need a new HVAC unit, call Comfort Master today.
Call Comfort Master. Call Comfort Master.